I'm a pirate, yo. I'm a pirate, and I sail on the deep blue sea. Oh, what do you see? It's me wearing a pirate hat. Because somehow, when I was a child, I begged my parents to buy me this hat on vacation. And I've never worn it since. What's going on, guys? Make sure to leave a comment telling me that you're here, saying hello, and also make sure to leave a like. Lets me know that you're enjoying the content that you are about to enjoy. Welcome to the Matt Freeman Podcast. That's pretty much what these are anymore. It's just a live stream of me talking. So it's the Matt Freeman Podcast. It's really what it is. It's what it is. It's what it is, what it was, and what it had been. Except for Matt's got a pirate hat on today. Pirate! Motherfucking pirate! Oh. Hello, Holly. Do you like my pirate hat? It's super. I wore it especially for you guys just today. I was like, let's make a pirate stream hat. It's really not that cool, Holly. I got this on vacation many years ago. I totally remember it because I begged and begged and begged my parents to buy it for me, and they bought it for me, and I brought it home, and I never wore it ever again. So I was like, going through some stuff in my room, I might as well wear the fancy pirate hat for the stream, or the AKA Matt Freeman Podcast is pretty much what it is, because a lot of people were telling me that they even just watch, or they don't even watch the video, and they just listen to what I talk about the whole time, and that's pretty much what a goddamn podcast is. It's when you just listen to someone talk, chit chat, patty whack. Hello, Rachel. It's nice seeing you. It's not like I was just texting you or anything. I got two of my top girls in the chat with me right now. What is up? Oh my God, we're up to 4 people already. Do you know what I'm seeing though? Okay, 3 people. There's 3 people, but there's 0 likes. What's up with that? What's up with that? Give me some love. Give me some love. I'm gonna light the cigarette. Hello, Martin. I was glad you found me on Instagram. Everybody's allowed to be friends with me on Instagram. I'm not even private, so it makes no sense for me not to be friends with everybody on Instagram. On the gram, me and my fancy pirate hat. Oh man, do you know what we need to do? We need to share the video to the Facebook books. Let's Facebook book it up. I'm going to share it to the Facebooks. Can't see the screen anymore because now all I see is Facebook. Facebook. Oh man, some of the best videos in the world out there is what if Google was a guy? It's like the best, funniest. It's from College Humor. It's hilarious. And there's this episode that drives me crazy because the girl keeps going to Facebook to look up, or keeps going to Google to look up Facebook. And when she says Facebook, she goes, Facebook. And he's like, it's right there. It's funny. If you haven't seen College Humor, I would highly suggest looking up their channel. They are funny as shit. They'll make you chuckle. If I make you chuckle, College Humor will make you chuckle. Type stuff. Rambles. It does have the letter B in it, doesn't it? I spelled it Ramle. Ramble. A pirate hat. Exclamation mark. Smiley face. Okay, pirate is not spelled that right. Okay, come on. Thank you. Smiley face. Always put a smiley face. Let everybody know that you're happy about life. Boom. Share that shit. All right. I might not be on that long. I'm really not feeling that good tonight. I'm going to try. Well, Holly, being as you obviously have more right than everybody to not feel good, I'm okay with it. But you should definitely feel better because we don't want you sick from whatever. No sickness up in her. All right. So I had this really crazy thought, and I totally want your guys' opinion about this, okay? So last night my dog kept barking. She was driving me crazy. I had to keep getting up and running outside and yelling at her to shut up because she wouldn't stop barking. And then that got me thinking about it, and I was like, you know, when a dog barks, that's its way of speaking. And as humans, we don't like it when our dogs bark. So we yell at them. We tell them not to do it. So, like, realistically, if you think about it, we are like a race of people who makes this other race of beings not talk because we're the overlords. And it'd be like, imagine it was a whole race of humans and instead of dogs, and then we told them they could never talk. And then they went millenniums of always being yelled at every time they talked. And then I was like, I wonder if my dog, when I yell at her for barking, I wonder if she ever just sits there and thinks like, how come I can't talk? Like, why does this motherfucker yell at me every time I try to talk? It's a crazy thing to think about. I know it's completely random, but it's true. If a dog barks, that's its way of speaking. And if we yell at them to make them not do it, then technically we're preventing them from being able to use their voice. And that's like a dictator move. It's like very controlling. But obviously it's a dog, so it doesn't count. But it's still crazy how that would work out. Because if you did that to a human, they'd probably beat you up if you told them they weren't allowed to talk anymore. Well, I'd say I'm glad it's the chemo, as sad as that sounds. I know that was very morbid sounding, and I apologize. But I'm glad it's the chemo because obviously then it at least proves that you don't have like the coronavirus because that would be very bad if you got that. So I'm not happy that the chemo fucked you up so bad, but I'm at least happy it was the chemo and it's not like you're falling ill with something that can take you out of this world. Because Holly, I made you a moderator for a reason, and if you leave early, if you leave this planet early, and you can't be my moderator, then that defeats the whole purpose. All right, I need to share it. Facebook. I shared to Facebook. Now I need the Instagrams. Well, isn't that kind of funny? My uncle just bought this camper. It's like a really nice camper. And then he bought this brand new truck so that he could pool the camper with it. And I just got on Facebook to share or to screenshot what I just posted, that then posted on Instagram. And the first thing popped up is my uncle trying to sell the camper. So it's like, why are you selling the camper if you just bought a truck that would be able to pull your camper? Unless it's because he's not working due to this whole coronavirus and he's just trying to make the money where he can. I don't know, but I also feel like there's other people out there that aren't buying campers because of coronavirus. It's a bad time to try to sell anything at this point in time because nobody's going out of their way to buy extra. Okay. Okay. Almost there. Almost there. Pulled it up. Got it in the. Got it lined up here. Boom. Next. Come talk. Exclamation mark. Smiley face. Because, like I said, you always got to put a smiley face. Let everybody know you're happy. But no share to Facebook because we already have it on Facebook. Done. Boom. Done. I'm off my phone. No more. All right, guys. Oh, what an exciting day today was. And I say that very sarcastically. I mean, it was nice. The weather outside was quite nicer than It has been. So I was okay with that. I also thought it was supposed to rain all the day. Oh, a little bit. I thought it was supposed to rain all day today, but I guess instead it will rain tomorrow. We are, Rachel. I know it's a little unfair because you're like in the rankings of people who have watched my streams. Obviously, you just started watching them, but you're not really somebody who's been here a lot. But being as you and me are close outside of the stream, I'm going to make you a moderator as well. And you're probably like, what the fuck does that mean? And it just means that you're super fancy. Now you have a blue name in the chat instead of being a white person. And you also have the ability to kick people out of the room. And you have the ability to watch the chat. And if somebody says a bad word, you can block it, even though we don't, because we all cuss here. So it makes absolutely no sense to block people for saying bad words. Sometimes Holly says the word stupid, and YouTube's like, oh no, she said bad word. Yeah, see, you fancy. You even got a little wrench next to your name. It means you can do what you want. Only in my chat, though. Sorry, Martin. I'd make you moderator, but I can't be making everybody moderator. Maybe I'll make Martin. Okay, you know what, Martin? I'm making you moderator too, because you're always here. You're a good guy. I trust in you. And now I have 2 girls and 2 guys as moderators. Cha-ching! See, we're setting this up for the future. So we should always have at least 1 girl or 1 guy as a moderator at a time. You guys are all you're all fancy in my life, so you're gonna be fancy on the internet too. What's up? Yeah, this hat's actually like kind of cutting off the blood circulation in my head. It's like hard plastic in there. That's why it holds its shape. So it's actually quite uncomfortable, but it hides my really long hair that I need to get cut. And except for these curly cues that are sticking out the side, like, oh, look at me. I'm just a little Dutch boy. I'm a little Dutch boy. God, my back hurts. I never figured out any better seating situation back here yet. I mean, still fighting the shitty seat with my back. My back, it hurts. You should feel special, Rachel, because you are special in my heart. And that should be special enough. Fuck everybody else. Even Mike. Oh! I actually really like it because every time we play Xbox and your name's at the bottom, Mike always says, hi. He goes, oh, you're at the bottom. And I'm like, yeah, that's where she belongs. Oh, what? Sounds sexual. I found a whole bunch more photos for you guys. Yeah, well, actually, I have a video that I recorded on my phone. It was 20 minutes long, which, knowing how people are on YouTube, probably majority of people won't watch the entire thing. I'm sure the majority of you guys will watch the entire thing, but some people don't watch. Don't watch the entire videos I post. They only watch like a couple minutes, which is dumb. But regardless, recorded the video today, and it all talks about the future of this channel. I've got a lot of ideas, got a lot of things I want to do, and upgrading to a recliner would definitely be a part of that. I didn't really say that, but that would definitely fit in along with the video I just made today about the future of Matt Freeman's channel. Yeah, but that won't. I don't know. I'll probably post it tomorrow. I mean, I'm gonna post it at some point, but I'm trying to figure out like when would be the best time to post it. You know, I get obviously more views from people during the day than I do at night. So I don't want to upload the video now and then yeah, whatever. YouTube is a whole bunch of algorithms, and when you do YouTube and you post videos, you learn these algorithms, which is cool because it makes you feel cool. But when you try to explain it to people who don't upload videos to YouTube, they just look at you like, what are you talking about? Because it's like there's a specific time frame in this world. Yeah, but see, if you only watched for an hour, that video was 3.5 hours long. So that means there was 2.5 hours of video that you didn't even watch, which even proves that not everybody watches the full video. See? And YouTube tells you how much retention you get, which is how much somebody watches your videos for an extended period of time. So if I post a 10-minute video, I'm only getting a retention of 3 minutes, which means the average person watches 3 minutes of the video and then they exit out. So realistically, if I wanted to make content that fit to the standards and of the people that watched my videos, all my videos would have to be 3 minutes long. And we all know that my big mouth, I couldn't do that. I like to talk too much. Ow. Ow. So yeah, and people usually don't like watching video games on my channel. I mean, being as my channel started as a video game channel, and that's all the videos I ever posted, and nobody ever used to watch them. And then I switched over to doing the vlogs when I had my teeth done, and boom, everybody started filtering in, which then taught me like, hey, guess what? People don't want to watch you play video games; they only want to watch you talk, which is okay, I guess. But it bothers me because I want to post gameplay videos. So if no one's going to watch them, what's the point of me posting them? And that's also in the video that I'm going to post tomorrow. It's all there. It's all there. Me breaking down the channel, what people like, what people don't like, what I'm going to post anyways, because if you don't watch my shit, then I'm sorry. I guess that, that sucks that you're subscribed to somebody who posts stuff that you don't like, but you're going to have to deal with it because I want to post what I want to post because it's my channel. It doesn't really make sense that I have to change my entire YouTube because you guys only want to watch an hour of my video games. You make me sad. You all make me sad, except for Martin, because he's the only one that hasn't commented on it. Also, by the look, let me go back. Okay, so what? Oh, so there's 4 people watching, and 3 people have liked, and 3 people have commented, which means that there is a 4th person in this chat. Again, our mystery person has returned, and they refuse to talk to us because they're creepos and they like to masturbate to my face. That's what I come up with. And you know what? They won't even fight that. You know why? Because it's probably true. They probably are sitting there like, yeah, that's right, boy. Sitting here masturbating to your face because heaven forbid I would ever say anything into the chat just to say hello or like a video of yours. I just instead want to be that creep that just watches the video and does nothing about it. And no, it's not me. I did not I do not have it pulled up on my phone or anything, so I'm not the 4th mystery person. It's definitely our weird friend that doesn't talk to us. If Michael was here, Michael would be yelling at him like, talk, and they wouldn't talk, but they should because that's just weird. It's really weird. Hey, Michael's here. Wait, but then is Michael my mystery person? Now I'm confused. Here. Okay. Rachel, are you here? Martin's obviously here because he just commented. Michael's here because he just commented. And Holly, I'm assuming, is still here as well. So that means if that's the case, then the 4 people we have are the 4 people, are my 4 moderators. But that either means I scared the creepy person away by yelling at them, or yeah, so cool. I guess it's just the 4 of us. I mean, technically I make 5. I can count. I can count. I'm a big boy now, okay? I don't have to wear diapers anymore. I wear pull-ups, okay? Jeez, get your shit together. Oh, also, let's thank our unofficial sponsor, Pepsi. Thank you for not sponsoring the stream and one day possibly paying me in the future to do this because I'm actually running out of pop in my house. I've only got 3 cans of Pepsi and 4 cans of Mountain Dew left, and I gotta wait until the weekend to get more. So you should definitely sponsor me and give me free pop. Ah, man. Pop sat outside like all day, which I know sounds kind of gross, but it doesn't bother me at all because it's still carbonated, but it's a little flat. Still tastes good, just flat. Dog hasn't listened all day today. It made me really mad and yelled at her a lot, but apparently that doesn't do anything because she still acts up and does whatever fuck she wants to. So yeah, whoop-de-doo. Man, this hat is like really like. Tell me this is not the sexiest hair you've ever seen in your life. Boom. Holly, I have an update for you that I keep forgetting to tell you. I talked to the girl on Facebook all day, Sunday, whatever day it was, Saturday or Sunday. I haven't talked to her since, but that would mainly be because of me. She stopped talking to me like midway through the evening, and she still likes my stuff, so it kind of makes me feel like she definitely still wants me to talk to her. I just haven't messaged her because I'm kind of like that sometimes. Just kind of forget. And then today she liked to post of mine. And I was like, oh shit, you know what I should do? I probably should talk to her so she doesn't wonder why I talked to her one day and then stopped. I also want to know everybody's feelings about me cutting my hair. I totally want to cut like my hair. I'm gonna totally cut my hair, but I'm trying to figure out if I should do something fancy with it like last time, because I used to have it so it was shaved from like here and here all the way down and in the back, but then I left all this tall and I made it like spiky and I actually really liked it when I had my hair like that. But I don't know if I should do all that effort to make my hair all fancy again, or if I just should shave it down and make it short and then have it slowly grow back. Regardless, it's getting warm in Ohio, and I definitely need to remove all of this crazy, crazy Matt Furrow hair. And so, any suggestions as to what I should do? And don't say a mohawk because it doesn't work. Um, and then my beard, I'm I'm twisted on that one too because it's like I want to shave it because I could shave it and have it be this length again in like 2 months because this has only been 2 months since I shaved it last. But I'm also maybe wondering if I should just keep it, maybe just trim it a little bit, but keep it the same length and just grow one big ass fucking beard. And then by the time winter would start next year, I have a beard to be like this fucking long. And that could be super fucking cool. Tell me this hair isn't fucking awesome though. I can get to stand up. And now I just kind of look like a crazy person. So I keep asking you guys, I asked you guys for your opinion. No one's talking to me. What's going on here, guys? This is a two-way street. I don't like talking to myself, even though I do it all the time. So it makes literally no sense that I wouldn't like talking to myself because I do it. But I live stream so that way I can talk to people, so that way I don't feel crazy all the time. But if you guys aren't going to answer me, then what's the goddamn point? You shave it all off and you just leave it that way. Now, do you have like a hair problem? Do you like that sounds weird? Do you have like if you didn't shave your head, would your head actually grow like a full head of hair, or are you to the age where your head's like receding, so you're just like, fuck it, I'll just shave it off? If you like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain, then go fuck yourself. Because who wants to get caught in the rain while drinking pina coladas? I want to be in the sunshine and drinking a Budweiser or, yeah, no offense, Martin, but I know that you're above the age of 50, and I understand that's usually something that relatively happens. Um, well, Michael, I'm okay with the girls giving their opinion on my hair, but they aren't talking, so I'm gonna have to use the guys' opinions. I haven't had a Budweiser in a real long time. I was gonna have a Budweiser when we played zombies, but then I didn't because no one else did. So I was like, fine. I don't want to be the only one drinking. Rachel, you said shave it. Do you mean like bald shave? You want me it all gone? You just want it, short? Like, should I keep it short or should I just literally buzz it down? 'Cause I'll buzz it down. I ain't scared. I just feel like I'd look really weird because I'm gonna be bald, and I've only shaved my head where I looked bald one time. And Michael's back onto his Budweiser and vodka. Yeah, Rachel, Michael in the chat. He mixes Budweiser and vodka. Now, it sounds gross, but I had this weird feeling it probably might be good because I love Budweiser. Vodka's kind of, whatever. I'd rather have whiskey or Hennessy, which is cognac, but um, still, I feel like it might be pretty good. I might have to try it sometime. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. You was drinking in spirit, but I didn't want to be the only one feeling tipsy on the first day back that we all played zombies. No one else was going to drink. Obviously, we all know Mike doesn't really give a shit about drinking anymore. So really, it probably would have just been you and me drinking while Mike sipped on a beer because, to him, he drinks like one beer and he's like, I'm good, which completely ruins the point of drinking. Short, not shaved. Okay. Okay. That's what I kind of figured that's what you meant. Um, you drink sometimes, Martin? Yeah, see, um, it's actually funny when I'm not smoking weed, which is obviously now, but when I'm not smoking weed, I tend to drink a lot more than I used to, which kind of makes me realize that I kind of substitute the getting high for drinking. So, yeah, I mean, I guess that is true, Rachel. They actually do tell you you're not supposed to mix beer and liquor to begin with. So, I mean, realistically, I guess mixing beer and liquor together is probably a bad idea just from the get go. But, Martin, what's your favorite beer? I'm a Budweiser guy. I don't drink any other beer besides Budweiser. Like, literally, if you were like, hey, would you like a Busch? I'd be like, no. If you were like, do you like a Bud Light? I'd say no. If you want a Corona, no. Budweiser? Hell yeah, because Budweiser is the best. Now, if you don't drink it, that's fine. It doesn't mean that you're not cool. It just means Um, yeah, it's because you and me, Rachel, like to have fun, and so um we like to party. Maybe tomorrow I'll record myself shaving my hair and make that a video because apparently due to YouTube algorithms, people enjoy watching me shave my head, which I've got probably 8 videos on YouTube of me cutting my hair. For some reason, people are attracted to that. I don't know why. Um, I don't. I don't think I've ever had a Rolling Rock, to be honest, because I'm so picky with my beer that, like I said, when people offer me other beers, I just don't take them because I'm like, well, it's not Budweiser, so I'm probably not gonna like it, so I just don't take it. But I'm sure there's probably another beer out there that I would probably enjoy if I tried it. I just don't because I just like my Budweisers. Um, yeah, we party hardy. We party hardy with Bacardi. Actually, we don't drink Bacardi because that's gay. But what is Bacardi? What kind of alcohol is that? Is that rum or is that? Yeah, Bacardi's rum, right? I think. Hmm. I don't know. It's so hard to figure out fucking alcohols anymore. Once you grow up, it's just kind of like, yeah, I drink this stuff. damn, dude, I'm surprised you aren't dead. Well, at least you must have drank a lot if you had drank 63 beers in 24 hours. You must have obviously been a drinker back then, but like, even in my quote unquote heyday of drinking beer, if I would have fucking drank 63 beers, we would have been in the hospital getting my stomach pumped because, like, holy shit, I would have died. I one time drank 11 um, Budweiser Black Crowns because, oh, Bacardi is vodka? Oh, well, I was totally wrong. But yeah, I one time drank 11 Budweiser Black Crowns, which was like Budweiser, but really dark Budweiser. Super powerful, potent. I drank 11 of them for my actually it wasn't my 21st birthday because that wouldn't have made sense. But I was turning 20 something. It was a birthday of mine. We were partying at my buddy's house, and I drank 11 of them and threw up the entire night. It sucked. Everybody was showing up to say happy birthday, and they were like, "Where's Matt?" And they were like, "Oh, he's actually in bed sleeping because he was throwing up by like 9 o'clock at night." Drinking's good for you. I mean, even if you go a little hard sometimes, drinking's good for you. It gets you loosey goosey, makes you feel fantastic. You're on top of the world. What makes it even better is when you're down south and you're riding on four wheelers, even though that's totally against the law, but it's so much fun. And now we don't have quads down south to be able to ride anymore, especially if we even got drunk down south. To top it off, I haven't been down south for like 3 fucking years, which is way too long. Now I was supposed to go like a month ago. My fucking parents didn't want to watch my goddamn dog because it was cold outside. And they would have had to go outside to get my dog out. Blah blah blah. So if it's ever nice outside and you guys decide to go down south, I can go. It's not to say my parents would never watch my dog. It was literally just because it was cold outside that they were like, no, we don't want to. Ruined my weekend and I got stuck at home not having fun. And I'm sure everybody didn't go down south and drink because I wasn't there and I'm obviously the party. I mean, when Matt Freeman shows up, everybody gets fucked up. But when Matt Freeman's not there, no one gets fucked up because I'm the party. My dog is chewing on a bone in her cage right now, and all I can hear is it rolling around on the ground and her teeth going into it. Oh, the good old days, when we were young and dumb and drank way too much alcohol. Those are the good days. That's the sad part about it too, because you'd never be like, man, I love when I throw up because it makes for a great story. But at the same time, when you're like years later and you're like, man, I drank a whole bunch of alcohol once and threw up everywhere, it actually makes it a really cool story. So you're like, wow, I kind of like that. But obviously, when you drink, you don't want to throw up because that's like the point of drinking is to not throw up. Or even when Rachel had her birthday, was it 2 birthdays ago? We went to the bar and I was fucking hammered. I remember it because I kept buying Rachel beers. And at one point, I walked up to Rachel with 2 beers in my hand, and one was for her and one was for me. But she already had a beer that somebody else had bought her, and she's like, "You just drink it." So then I was double fisting beers for a long time because I was drinking out of 2 bottles. God, I was fucked up. And that's the same night, Rachel, that I didn't pay for it. Oh man, that bar, those people there are so dumb. I got away with it like 3 times that they wouldn't take my card, but they'd be keeping a whatever that's called, like they keep track of how much you're buying or whatever, a tab. They had a tab for me, but they didn't take my card. So when we left the bar, I just left because I was drunk. I wasn't thinking, oh, I gotta go pay for these. And so I just left. And then it was usually the next morning when I sobered up that I was like, oh shit, I never paid for my beers last night. I just left. But I guess that's really the bartender's fault if you really think about it. You know, if you're going to make a tab for somebody and not take their card, then you're pretty much asking them to buy a bunch of beer and then leave without paying for it. Rachel, we need more nights like that. We need more nights like your birthday night. I need to go to the bar. I need to socialize. I need to get super hammered. I enjoy it. I like to party. I like to party. This hairstyle says I like to party. Oh man, some dog was just the whole time I was talking. I don't even know if it popped up on camera or not. Some dog was like right outside my garage, and they were losing their shit. Kind of sounded like two dogs were fighting. I was like, oh no, here goes my dog. She's gonna go crazy. Never once barked, and I bet you it's because I yelled at her all last night for barking. So I feel like she's probably like, he's in the room, so I can't bark. But if he wasn't here, you best believe your ass I'd be barking. Oh man. So how's everybody else's nights going? What are you guys up to? Anything fun, exciting? Do anything fun or exciting today? Michael, did you bury any people today? If no one's realized by now, Michael buries people for a living. Nice. Always good to have a day off work. Except for when you're like me and you've now spent the last month off of work. Then it gets a little boring. I'll admit. A little boring. Um Nothing exciting today. Hmm. Well, you had two funerals? That's dope. I feel it. I feel it. How long does it typically take you to bury a person? I know that's a weird question, but now I kind of wonder. So if you had two funerals, how long does it take you to bury the first one? Is it a quick process or is it like, does it take an hour or two? I don't know because I've never buried somebody before. And it almost sounds kind of creepy when you say it. I've never buried somebody. I'm going to kill them and bury them just to learn how fast it takes. Or I'll just ask my friend Mike. Well, Michael, actually. Michael, we're going to have to call you Michael. I mean, I know your name is Michael in the chat, but my buddy's name's Mike, and it's too confusing to call you Mike because then I think I'm talking about him. So you're Michael. Was that racist? Are you being racist? I'm just joking. But seriously, what's the difference? Like black people slower or something? Like what's white people have short funerals and black people have long funerals? My funeral's gonna be fucking 3 days because I'm gonna be so famous. There's gonna be a million bajillion people who want to see my dead body, and so it'll just take 3 days for people just to view me, and then they'll bury me. Actually, that's a lie. I won't be buried. I'll be jettisoned into space because I want to go. I want my body frozen in space so one day I can be brought back to life in the future. Oh, I got you. I got you. So there's a point where we had 7 people here. I wanted to say something, but I know how it works. Whereas as soon as I say something about how many people are here, they all leave. So I didn't say anything, and then they all left eventually. So now I'm saying it, but I was impressed. I was like, "Whoa, 7 people and the stream at one time? How can the stream even handle itself?" There you go, Martin. We'll just make a human fence out of you. If I have a farm by then, I'll put you in the ground. I'll make you a fence post. I'll make you a fence post. Now I'll make you be a fence from the cows or something. Yeah, yeah, we got this. We know what it is. Um, Sorry. phone messages. Phone messages are called text messages. Hey, yay, yay, yay. I live stream every day, except for on Sunday. That's the new rule. That's also in the video that will be posted tomorrow, is that I decided that we will live stream Monday through Saturday, but Sundays I'm going to take off because it's only right to think that I take one day off for myself. Not to say that I couldn't do it. It's not to act like these streams take a whole lot out of me and that it like kills me to have to do it every day. But I just figured like I'm already giving you 6 days of live streams. It wouldn't kill me or you guys to go one day without a live stream, which doesn't mean I won't post a video on Sunday. It just means I'm not going to live stream in the evening. So, or at night, I guess. It's more night than evening. But, yep. Well, again, as I was literally just talking, Michael, I decided to take Sundays off, so I didn't live stream Sunday. That's why I didn't have a bonfire, and I would have done it tonight, but it's raining, and I would do it tomorrow, but it's raining, and I would do it the day after that, but it's raining. And the day after that, it's supposed to be dry. Well, it's supposed to be nice out, but it's going to be wet from raining for 2 days straight. So we're probably going to have to wait till Friday, just so that way, everything's all dry. My wood's dry because I leave my wood outside because, why would I put my wood inside? It doesn't really make a lot of sense. I'm just going to burn it. And, yeah, like I said, it's going to be raining and wet. So I just got to wait for it to dry up, and then we'll still be making a fire stream. And I do feel a little bad that I was going to do it on Saturday, but obviously it's more important stuff to do on Saturday that we couldn't do it. And then I decided that I'd take Sundays off, so it kind of kept getting pushed back. And then, like I said, I would have done it tonight, but it's raining and blah, 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 blah. All that bullshit again. Oh man, my back. I've been playing a lot of Halo though. That's really awesome because it's like I didn't really play much Halo, but now that Mike plays with me, we play a lot of Halo, and I like that because I love Halo, and I love it even more when Mike and I play because we both kind of grew up playing Halo many years ago for the 360. Holly is either here and not talking, or she left because if you scroll up into the chat, you'll read that she had a bad case of chemo today, and it made her really sick. So she can only stay for so long, and I was completely okay with this. Obviously she's dealing with something that none of us besides Martin has ever had to deal with. And and so if she can't stay up to watch me because her chemo, I'm not blaming her. It's completely understandable. Yes. So obviously we wish the best for her, but she's not feeling so well tonight. Hey, Super Mario Brothers is the shit. And Rachel actually bought I don't remember what it's called. It's some form of Super Mario Brothers for the Nintendo Switch. And we were playing the shit out of that, which we still have to finish because she was saying she had never beaten the game before. And I also don't like starting a game and not beating it because that's just like the gamer in me. And so I constantly think about how we have yet to beat it. But yeah, it's weird because it's new Nintendo or it's new Mario. So like same, like same 2D where you're running across and stuff. It's not like 3D, it's just 2D, but it's like different. So like there's like 30 different characters and each character has their own little thing that's different, and it's a fun game. It's just, compared to the original Super Mario Brothers, doesn't compare. I wish that they would release those old games for the new day consoles, because I would definitely play the living shit out of the Super Mario Brothers game if they would ever come out with it again for something else like the Xbox, even though that would make no sense being as it's a Nintendo game and Microsoft owns Xbox. But it's fine, whatever. Actually, I have talked about Holly, and she didn't answer in the chat, and I was also talking about Rachel, and she didn't answer in the chat, which they might both be gone, which is fine, but there's still 5 people in this chat, so that means there's only 2 people talking to me, and there's 3 people that aren't talking to me. So if you're new here, you should say hello into the chat, or else you're going to be hated. It's how this channel works. If you can't vocalize your voice, we don't like you. Even though I do like that you're watching me for the view, you should be nice and polite and at least say hello and give the video a like to show me that you at least like what you see if you don't say anything. Because we got 3 likes and 5 people watching. So that means I know Martin liked it. He always likes everything. So Martin's the man. He always jumps on them likes, but I think Holly liked it. We're up to 4, so yeah, that would definitely mean that we at least still have 1 person in this chat that hates us, and we hate them. Yep, that's right. We hate you. We officially hate you, and you're lucky YouTube doesn't tell us. Yeah, I know you just liked it. I noticed the like went up by 1. I assumed you probably had liked it because you came in a little bit later, but again, since Holly and Rachel haven't been answering, I'm assuming that means they're gone. And if that's the case, there's 3 other people watching this, unless Rachel left the video open on her phone or something, which would be cool because it would still count as a view, and I would much appreciate that. But I don't know if that's how it worked. Yeah, so apparently just have some rude people in the chat tonight. So thanks for the view, but I hate you for not talking to me. 6 people watching. Oh my god. What a crazy life this is. Oh man. Oh, I just heard some really crazy fucking news earlier today. That the president of the Philippines has issued an order to both the police and the military in the Philippines that if anybody is caught outside of their house during this quarantine, that they're to shoot them. And this isn't fake news. This is like real shit. Like he legitimately said, if people are caught outside, they are to be shot because, the Philippines is a lot. I don't want to sound mean when I say dirtier, but like people live in shacks in the Philippines. My uncle's wife is from the Philippines. So, I obviously know what it was like for her. They had like 8 kids and they all lived on a farm, but this farm was like a farm that had like 2 bedrooms and 8 people lived in the house that had 2 bedrooms. And that's not just them, that's like their entire country's like that, whereas a lot of people are close cramped and the houses are shacks and stuff like that. So it's harder to stop the spread of a virus when everybody's so clustered together in like a poorer country than like the United States. So they legitimately have it set up. So if you get caught outside, you are 100% allowed to shoot to kill. So it's just weird, like, I mean, if America did that, if Donald Trump got on the TV and said, I'm giving the order and anybody caught outside is allowed to get shot or whatever, I mean, we would revolt. That's that's not how America works. We have guns. So if you're gonna tell me if I go outside I'm gonna get shot, I'm just gonna carry my gun on me, and anybody that comes up to try to shoot me, I'm just gonna shoot them back, which is just gonna create a big problem So we would never be able to get like that. But in the Philippines, it's not the same as it is here. So they can do that, and everybody's just scared and hunkers down. Yeah, exactly. We have guns. This is America. This is what we do. You know, I'm not gonna go out of my way and like start shooting people or something like that. I'm not trying to sound like no crazy person, but I'm just meaning like it's the difference of like how he has the ability to give that order to shoot to kill because people there don't have guns like we do, but they couldn't do that here because of the fact of we all do have guns. And so like if you did that, you would create riots and people would start looting and yeah, exactly. America's is a different game. So that's why our government has to be very careful about how they go about this whole stay at home order because the more that they keep restricting what we can do, the more people are going to start revolting. Yeah, well, you're essential and I'm not. Now I'm gonna sit at home and not get paid and I don't even know how I've still been able to afford cigarettes. I found $4 in my room today, which was really cool because it was gave me money to buy cigarettes again. But sooner or later, I'm gonna run out, and then I won't be able to, and I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do at that point. But just fucking stupid. Like, and then these still stimulus checks. Okay, so the government's like, oh, we feel bad because no one's working. So what we'll do is we'll give everybody $1,200. Oh, but it won't get to you until like 3 months from now. So what am I supposed to do in 3 months? Like, how am I supposed to go out and buy cigarettes or even just buy food or do whatever I need to do in life if I got no money and I have to wait 3 months for $1,200 to make it to me? It like makes no goddamn sense. I won't make $1,200, but to get anything would be nice. And but 3 months later is not very helpful. Um, our government is, as much as I love America, it's our country. I support everything we do. I know a lot of people out there are against war and everything like that. I understand. I mean, realistically, if this was a perfect world, I also, you know, would much rather us not have to fight war and kill other humans and stuff like that. Like if the whole world would just get along, would be fucking awesome. But we live in a reality where that's not a thing. And so when America steps up and says, "Hey, we're going to go here because we're America, we're going to do this or this," we always obviously make it some interesting point of like we're going here to rescue the people, and then we get there and after like 10 years you find out the entire time we've been in the Middle East is really just because that's where all the oil fields are and that we've been protecting the oil fields so that way we sell oil. I support America. That's it's a shitty thing, but at the same time it's like that's fine with me. Hey, we gotta go over there and kick some people's butt to make sure that our country has oil forever. I'm cool with that. I'm a loyalist, I guess that's what you call it. I agree with everything they say. I don't care who the president is or what the deal is. If they're like, we have to go to China because we have to destroy China, I'd be like, let's go to China. Let's destroy China just because our government says that. But realistically, our government is a very screwed up government. And they make a lot of poor choices that I do not agree with. But what are we to do? I don't care about politics. I go as far as I vote for a president, and after that, I stop paying attention to it. Whether my candidate won or didn't win, I don't care. I don't care about politics. I don't really care. I just deal with the consequences of what our politics do. I just don't care. I don't care about politics. August. Ooh, lucky us. August. Wow. Yeah, by the time I get the money, we'll all be back to work and they'll be like, well, thanks for that extra boost of money for no fucking reason. I mean, like, I'm not complaining about getting free money in theory, but it's like, if you're going to give it to us by the time that the whole virus is over, then what's the point of even giving us the money? I thought the point of giving us the money was to give us money during this crisis so that way we actually have money to be able to live. That's politics for you, bud. That's what it's like to be an American. It's getting a little chilly outside. And if you say that, and then I'm going to look at the temperature, and it's probably going to say it's like in the 50s, and then that's going to be one of those sad things that thus proves even more. Yeah, it's 54 degrees outside in Ohio, and you know, 54 is warm. Like if we went back to being in the 20s and 30s for a couple of weeks, if it turned 54 degrees outside, I mean, we'd be tickled pink because it'd be warm as shit outside. But now that it's been getting up to the 60s and now it's dropping down to 54, now it feels cold. And that's the another thing why I hate so much of Ohio is because once you adapt to the cold, anything that's above 40 degrees feels warm as fuck. And then once warm weather comes and you adapt to being warm, anything below 60 degrees feels freezing. So it makes no sense to think that 54 would be warm a couple weeks ago, but now it's cold to my body. And it's just because Ohio changes the fucking temperature so goddamn much. And I know Martin has to know the same feeling because you being from New York gets way more snow than we do, and I hate the snow. So I know you know that cold temperatures, but I also know that in the summer New York can be warm just like we can. So I know your guys' bodies are the same way, but Michael over here, he lives in a state where it's like cold in the winter is like 60 degrees, maybe 50. I mean, I can't say that because I know that my aunt has had ice form, which means it has to at least hit 32. But I'm just meaning like you don't deal with the snow and the bullshit that Ohio deals with. And so your body doesn't really have to adapt to being cold to the point that when it hits 50 degrees, you're like, wow, it's warm outside. 47 degrees. So you're okay. So you're actually colder in New York than it is in Ohio, which is a little bit more impressive, being as we are pretty much like even with each other. Actually, I thought that New York was just a little bit lower than Ohio in the spectrum of like if you go east. I think you have to go like southeast for me to get to New York, but it could be wrong. I mean, I know there is parts of New York that are northern because you can get to Canada from New York, but or the Niagara Falls is right there, and in between Canada and New York. So I guess you are kind of north. And I guess it all depends on what part of New York you're from. 60. It will be 70 on Friday. God damn, dude, I would love 70. God, sounds like a dream. And 62 tomorrow um in New York, huh? Let's see what it's going to be in Ohio tomorrow because, like I said, it's supposed to rain all day tomorrow. So if it rains, we probably won't. Holy shit! It says it's going to be 65 here tomorrow. I don't believe it, but it says it. And wow, and then even better, Michael, you said it's going to be 70 there on Friday. It's only going to be 43 here on Friday as a high of 43. It's supposed to be 65 tomorrow and then 43 on Friday. That doesn't excite me very much. Because then again, here it is. My body's adapting. Oh, whoa, it's warm outside. Whoa, it's nice. And then 42 comes, and I'm going to be wearing my goddamn Carhartt again. And I'm going to be like, it's freezing. But it's like, that's not cold. 53 or 43 is not cold in the retrospect of how cold Ohio can normally get. So I don't know. Oh, I'm yawning. I haven't yawned this early in a long time. It was a very short yawn, so it kind of was pointless. Just above the center of Pennsylvania, close to the border, Pennsylvania is 10 miles away. Oh, that's dope. So we're actually kind of close, Martin. I mean, it would be probably 4 or 5 hour trip between my house to yours. I'm an hour and 40 minutes from the border of Pennsylvania and Ohio, but I am pretty much in the middle of Pennsylvania, just like you, where I am in Ohio. I'm actually in the middle of Ohio, which is the middle of Pennsylvania. So if we just took a straight shot across, I think it only takes like 3 hours to get from one side of Pennsylvania to the other. Could be completely wrong on that. Might take more than that, actually, now that I think about it. I think it takes more because there's no straight shot. I think they have to take you either north and then back down south to go over, or you have to go south and then north because there's a lot of like big mountainy hills in the middle of Pennsylvania. I've actually never been to New York. I've been in New York, like I've driven through New York, but I've never physically like took foot into New York. Maybe I have. I might have when I was a kid because I know I've seen the Niagara Falls from the New York side. But I'm assuming if that was the case, the last time I saw Niagara Falls, I was like 10 years old. So it probably would have been so long ago that I don't remember New York. But I always wanted to go hunting in New York because you guys got motherfucking elk. And I would love to go elk hunting. And you also have bears, and you also have wolves. I mean, there's a lot of interesting animals. I mean, a lot of animals will fuck you up in New York, but I mean, you got like upstate New York, the North End, fucking um, some of the most beautiful looking landscapes ever. And I hate the snow, but I'll admit that you see pictures of upstate New York when it snows, and it's just like, God, that looks like a dream vacation right there. Um, oh no shit, your grandmother was born in Cleveland. That's dope. I'm in Akron, so I'm in the center of Ohio. Well, I'm not in Akron. I'm close to Akron. I'm like 20 minutes away from Akron, but it's the biggest city to me, like closest to me. So, um, I don't hunt like as much as most people. Like I have friends of mine that go every single day and or every day during hunting season to go hunting and stuff. But I mean, like, I don't do that much, but I definitely love to go hunting. Like, I've been hunting. I've shot myself a lot of deer and other animals that I've hunted for, kind of thing. But I hate sitting in the fucking cold all day and not getting anything. That's not fun to me. So that's why I stopped going really all the time. Was like, I need to have a place where I can go that's like I don't want to say I'm guaranteed to get a deer, but if I can guaranteedly see a deer, I'll be happy with that. Um, but if I sit in the woods and I never even see a deer all day, then it's just ruining hunting for me, and so that's why I always stop. Spring turkey season is next week. I'm not gonna go to it. My dad is. He took the entire week off to go turkey hunting, which means he's guaranteed to get a turkey because every season of any hunting that comes around, my dad always gets whatever he's going for. So, deer or turkey or squirrel or rabbit or whatever. He's an amazing hunter. But turkey is the only animal I haven't shot. And I shot at turkeys before. I also shot my decoy once, trying to shoot a big, massive fucking gobbler and missed him. So I mean, it's probably the hunting that gets me most exciting because that's still the one animal I need to conquer. Um, but Oh, also, this is completely random, but I was just thinking about it. Hello, Holly. I saw you pop up in the chat. Said sorry, I'm back. It's fine. No biggie. We just been talking about America, and then we went back to hunting because we tend to talk about hunting from time to time on here. And yeah, look how white my face looks. I don't know if it's just the lighting of the screen or maybe I'm just really pale. Ohio doesn't get a lot of sun, and it could just be making me really pale. And I've been wearing nothing but jeans for the last like 8 months, so I can't wait until I can pull these jeans off and wear shorts, and everybody can see my fucking neon white legs that haven't seen sunlight in 8 months. And oh, the excitement of actually getting tan. I know some people don't get like this, but I have the beautiful pigmentation of my skin that allows me to go out in the sun and get burnt one time, and I'll never burn the rest of the summer, which is fantastic. My sunburn will turn into a tan, and then it doesn't matter how long I'm outside, I will not burn. I'll just continue to get more and more tan, and then winter will begin, and I'll be like really close to being brown. And then by the time winter ends, I'm pale white again because I've got no sun, and so my skin turns white. And then it's because I've got Native American in me that I turn so dark when I get in the sun. Like I think I get dark, but if you see my dad, you'd swear my dad was like of another race than white because he gets so dark. Um, but it's just the Indian in us. It's like I said, I have a very large percentage of me that's Indian. As much as I really don't look like it, I do have a lot of Native American in me, a lot, to the point where I could have gone to college for free, like they would have paid for me because I have that much descendant of Indian inside of me. But it feels like I wouldn't have really went to college for anything because I wasn't that smart. But B, I didn't feel like ripping off the government and being like, yeah, send me to college for free because I'm Indian, even though I looked nothing like it. And the last Indian that was actually in my family was like 8 generations ago, probably more, but whatever. Yeah, see, and that's what I was saying, Holly. I understand some people never tan and they just burn, and you can burn real bad, and then you come back in and say like you stay out of the sun for a couple days and you let that burn go away, and the moment you go back out in the sun, you burn again, and that's gotta suck. I really feel for you guys because I love it that I literally can just burn one time and I'll never burn again ever. I mean that summer. Um, so generally what I do is on a day where it gets warm, like the first day that it finally hits like 70, 75 outside, I'll go outside, take my shirt off, and just lay in the sun and let it burn me on purpose because then I know that in a couple days it will be gone and I'll never burn the rest of the summer. And then I just live my life from there. It's really it's really awesome to be able to only have to burn once because it saves you obviously from a whole summer of having to worry constantly like, do I need suntan lotion on? I'm gonna burn. It's like I don't burn, so I don't put suntan lotion on. And people yell at me and say, you're gonna get skin cancer. And I'm always like, yeah, but what did people do before they had suntan lotion? You couldn't put fucking suntan lotion on if they didn't have it invented. So are you telling me that everybody back in the day died of skin cancer because they were in the sun? It makes no sense to me that everybody freaks out that, oh my God, the sun's bad. If you just stand out in the sun without suntan lotion on, you'll burn and that gives you skin cancer. And I'm just like, think of the millions of people in this world who don't put sunscreen on. They don't all die of skin cancer. Just because somebody out there got skin cancer from burning in the sun does not mean that everybody in the world now dies if they stand in the sun. My mom is like the number one fucking stickler of that. She's constantly yelling, "You're gonna get skin cancer," and I'm like, "Mom, I'm I'm a human being in the sun where human beings are supposed to be. Just because I don't put suntan lotion on does not mean that I'm getting skin cancer. I'm not saying that you can't get it from that. I'm just meaning that just because you don't put it on and you're in the sun does not mean you're going to get skin cancer." Um, I have brown hair and red hair and blue eyes. And realistically, if you guys both have blonde hair and blue eyes, you guys belong to the Aryan race, which you should know about because that's what Hitler liked. He liked people that were Aryan race, which was blonde hair and blue eyes, because there's two genes that technically are the most rare genes to have, is to have blonde hair and blue eyes. And so Hitler thought that that meant you were like godlike, which really is not true. It just means you were lucky enough where your body gave you blonde hair and blue eyes. But it also means you're part of the Aryan race, which is kind of cool to think that you have a whole race of people that really isn't a race. It's just people who luck out. Again, Martin and Holly, I do not know my descendants besides the fact that I have a guaranteed, like that I'm Indian, because like I said, I have a famous Indian war chief that is my great 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 grandfather, and I have like documented proof from the government of the United States that says that he is my grandfather. So that's how I know that. But besides that, I have no idea what I am. I mean, my mom would guessingly say I'm Pennsylvania Dutch, and it's like, okay, well, that doesn't help me much. And so I need to do that whole whatever it's called, that ancestry.com thing, figure out where and who the fuck I am. But excuse me. I wouldn't be surprised if I had Irish in me just because of the red fucking beard. But yeah, I need to have some form of testing done to figure out what I actually am. That's why I don't really try to tell people like I'm Irish, because like I don't know if I'm Irish or I'm German or Chinese. I mean, I fucking know. I don't know what I am. I'm American. That's what I am, boy. It's the only thing that matters is I'm American. Dog, don't you bark. Izzy, you be quiet. Lay down right now. Lay down. All the way down. Come on. Lay down. I hate having to yell at my dog all the time. She's such a good dog, but sometimes she likes to be a complete asshole and not listen to me, and I don't like that. Yeah, exactly, Martin. And that's like the cool thing, I mean, like if you generally have an idea from like parents or grandparents that have told you like you're a descendant of these, nations, it's always still good to get yourself tested, just because, I mean, you could have somebody, 18 generations ago that was from Czechoslovakia or something, like you could have something in you that might be a small percentage, but it still means that it's still part of you. But $100. At least if it hasn't changed from what it was like a year ago, it costed my sister $100 to get that ancestry.com, or maybe I'm thinking that 23andMe. I think they're both the same, and I think they're both relatively the same price. But last I was told it was $100. But actually, Holly, Michael was the one that asked that, not Martin. But I'm sure they understood what you were saying, regardless. I just turned my heater on out here. Reach down and turn it on, which, I mean, I'll show you this heater if you. I don't actually know if I can pick it up without it causing problems. Oh, no, it's okay. This is my heater. It's just a little electric heater that I completely took apart. You can see it's got all the exposed wires, and there's a fan spinning down there at the bottom that will cut your finger off if you stick in there. And the only reason I took it apart was because it has those stupid safety features in it that makes it so like if it falls over, it shuts itself off, and it's got a heat sensor in it. So if the heater gets too hot, then it will shut itself off. And of course, because like anything, those features end up breaking over time, and it got to the point where it wouldn't stay on. It would just keep shutting itself off because it'd say it was too hot, even though I just had turned it on, or I'd barely move it an inch and the goddamn thing would shut off because it would be like, oh no, it's falling over, even though it wasn't. So I took the heater apart and I disconnected all the safety features in it, which now makes it really dangerous. But I only use it when I'm outside and when I'm inside the garage, so I don't leave it on if I leave. So it's really no danger at all. Oh God, I got really bad arthritis. Fat knuckles I got there, bro. People always say if you crack your knuckles, stop telling me my internet's unstable. That's the first time that's come up tonight for me. And it makes literally no fucking sense. Again, it's like the stream works perfectly fine for hours. And then out of nowhere, it's like, oh no, we have no internet. And it's like, why? It makes no sense. Why now is it having problems? It's only 11:24. We could still go for a couple more, if I want to go till 12, we could still go for a while. I mean, it's just kind of dumb to think that it yells at me so much. I've got the Xbox app on my phone. It allows me to see all my friends that are online. And yeah, it really doesn't help anybody or me to see everybody online because they're all playing games that I don't have or don't care to play. So it really doesn't make a lot of sense for me to care about having to look his stuff up. But what the fuck is that? Somebody must be in the brickyard mudding. Sounds like somebody was tearing it up. Shoot, Holly, I'm always here to give you my man's opinion. Yeah, I'm here for you. What you got? What you got, girl? Haha, somebody followed me. Their name was Weenie. Just trying to look at something real quick. Not trying to spend all my time staring at my phone. Just trying to. I had uploaded a video, or I had Xbox upload a video earlier today, and I just kind of wanted to see if it actually had made it up yet, or if it hasn't. By the looks of it, this thing's struggling really hard to work. I'm gonna guess that my phone just isn't going to work. So never mind. We won't look that up. But something tells me everybody's behind because it seems like I keep talking about things and people are behind, like on their answers. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I just maybe think that the stream might be ahead of everybody else a bit, but that's fine. It just means that while I'm talking about something else, I just got to jump back and answer whatever you say. And so it kind of screws up my current, whatever. Like I said, it's no big deal. I'm now waiting on Holly's question. I'm waiting on Holly's question. Yeah, actually, there's only 2 people watching now, so I'm not really sure. This stream popped up there for a little bit and said that the connection was bad, but well, that I mean, I would say, Holly, that naturally, I don't know. If let me ask you this instead before I answer your question, Holly. Let me ask you a rebutted question, and you give me the answer before I answer the main question you have. And my rebutted question would be, I know you don't know a ton about me, but would you assume that my niceness and like the way I am, the way I act, the things I like and stuff like that, do I seem kind of similar to your boyfriend? Because I can tell you from how I feel about this situation, but if your boyfriend's not like me, then I don't want to say you'll be fine and everything's not fine. But I have an answer for you. I just like I said, I want your opinion as to okay. Well that works. So I'd say it'd be like this. if it was you and me, I understand that you're going through chemo, and that's a serious thing, and so you can't get sick. Like, because if you get sick, you have a lot higher chance of dying than any of us, because we aren't going through chemo. So your fiance should understand that to begin with, and he also should understand that to the point where he should willingly understand that he can't see you because he wants you to be okay. Now, if he were to get all bent out of shape by not seeing you and break up with you, then obviously he doesn't truly care about your well-being, because then he's pretty much telling you, "Hey, I want you to risk dying to see me," and that's not okay. Um, but since you said we are very similar on things, I would say that he obviously fully understands, and that it's not like he's gonna all of a sudden be like, "Well, I'll just try to go find some other girl that because it's that's not how love works. And if he truly cares about you, he's gonna stay with you no matter what." It'd be like, I mean, I understand it doesn't always work this way, but it'd be like when a guy leaves for boot camp or something like that. If he's dating a girl, if she can't understand that for the next 3 months he's going away and he can't talk and see her, and she's going to go out and cheat on him and stuff, which unfortunately, like I said, it does happen. It's sad, but it does happen, you know, then you shouldn't be together in the first place. If you can't go an extended period of time without seeing your loved one because you understandingly know that they're doing something that's important to them and or is life changing or life threatening, then you shouldn't be with them in the first place. So I wouldn't worry about it. I'm sure your fiance is a good guy, and I don't think that he thinks of it like you think he's thinking of it. I don't think he's sitting there thinking like, "God, what the fuck? I can never see this woman. I'm just gonna break up with her because of this." Like, I'm sure he's probably sitting there going, "I'm not seeing her because I don't want her to get sick and die. I want her to live," especially being as your guys are engaged. So, I mean, like, if you're going to get married, you definitely would hopingly think that he's smart enough to understand that he needs to keep his distance for your health, and that that's more important than spending time with you. I mean, I'm sure you guys still talk, so it's not like he's completely away. And I mean, to be honest, on top of this, I dated my ex-girlfriend for a year when she lived in a completely different state. And I never went out and talked to other girls or tried to hook up with another girl. I mean, I could have, but I didn't, because that's not how I am. It's not in my nature. It's not my soul to do somebody dirty. Now she did it to me, which was fucked up, and obviously why we're still not together. But I mean, it's just like, I don't have fibers in me that would say, "Hey, I'm with this person. I can't see them, so I'll just go fuck somebody else." Like, I can't be like that. Um, and so I have the feeling that he's probably the same way. Um, oh well, don't listen to his fucking ex girlfriend. What the fuck? Yeah, bitch. Here's the thing: if they have kids together and they still aren't together, and he has chosen to get engaged to you, it obviously means that he doesn't want her. So it doesn't matter how often they talk, and okay, they share kids together. So you think that's some like big thing. It's not. There's a lot of people that have kids with people and then years later regret. I mean, they don't regret their kids, but they regret that they chose them to have kids with. So like, I wouldn't. She's from that last message you sent me. That would make me feel like that means that she is jealous of you and she wants him back. But he's obviously smart and realizes he doesn't want her and he wants you. So I wouldn't worry about it. That's nothing. I mean, obviously, it's. I'm sure you're jealous in a sense, and it probably hurts you, and you think overly too much about it. I mean, I know how that works. I'm in the same boat, but I wouldn't take it too personally, because, like I said, if he really wanted her, he wouldn't have. even gotten engaged to you because he would have like been like, well, I want my ex-girlfriend, and then if you're like, I don't, it's just I wouldn't look too much into it. It doesn't seem like he's no, trust me, that's what I'm saying. I overthink everything, so it's not a bad thing. It's actually, overthinking is kind of good at times. I mean, don't get me wrong, it can be very destructive for a person, but also at the same time, the entire time that I was overthinking my last relationship and thinking that I felt like she was probably cheating on me, she was. So I'm not saying that your situation is the same, like that he's cheating on you. I'm just meaning like sometimes overthinking it leads you to realize that you're actually making rational thoughts and that you're not just overthinking, and that you're actually realizing like she doesn't talk to me anymore, and she says she doesn't have time to text me all day, but she has time to be on Facebook all day. So that obviously means she had time to talk to somebody else all day. And obviously, if I wasn't that person, that meant she had somebody there she had. And then to find out a couple months later, she's fucking cheating on me. Um, so yeah. So I mean, like, I wouldn't worry too much. I'm sure if you brought it up to him, he'd be like, I'm telling you, it's okay. I understand. And it probably makes you feel even more bad because you make it sound like stressing him out and stuff like that. But telling you, marriage is a big thing to do. And if you're going to be engaged to somebody, you have to understand that there's things in life that don't always go the way we expect them to. And the point of a marriage is the fact of working with each other to make it last and work. So if he was willing to say, I want to marry you, he's obviously also telling you, look, no matter what happens, I'm willing to work with you. And obviously, if you're going through chemo now and he hasn't already like up and left, it obviously means that he loves you enough where he's willing to help you get unsick because he wants to spend forever with you. And obviously, the only way he can do that is if you aren't sick. So I don't think he at all is thinking that, like it's too much to have to wait for you or anything like that. I'm sure he's a-okay with it. I mean, if you're getting messages from his ex saying mean things to you, it doesn't make you crazy to bring it up. I mean, I'd just be like, look, like, I mean, I'd bring it in a very non-stressful way. I'd just be like, look, you know, I'm being told by your ex that if I cared about you, I'd be with you, but I can't. And obviously it messes with me. And I don't want you to feel bad about it. But, you know, if he was a smart person, he would approach her with that and say, hey, guess what? Leave my fucking fiance alone, or we are not going to talk anymore. Because, I mean, I don't know how the whole shared, like if they share equally with the children and stuff like that, who has more rights with the children, like does she have more rights or does he have more rights, or whatever, because there's always somebody who's going to have more rights. And if he's the one that has more rights, he realistically could say, look, if you can't leave my fiance alone, you won't see your fucking kids anymore. That's what I would say. Now, if he doesn't have the rights, like if she has more rights than he does, then he obviously can't use that. Um but yeah, I'm sure if they have some form of, yeah, exactly. So if he has full custody, then yeah, I'd say something to him, because I mean, just don't come at it all like, I don't want to be all stressful. I don't want you to freak out. Like I wouldn't like blow him up. Just be real calm and cool about it, and just be like, look, your ex is getting a hold of me. She's saying some rude and mean things to me. You know, if he's anything of a good person, he will do exactly what I said. And he will reach out to her and say, bitch, shut your fucking mouth, or I will never talk to you and you will never see your kids again. Because obviously, if this woman truly cares about her children, she's never going to talk to you again because she wants her fucking kids. It don't matter if she wants him or not. If he comes at her like that of any way, shape, or form, and threatens her with losing of children and she wants him, she is never going to say anything to you again because she's going to understand that going to you is going to fuck up her relationship with the guy that she wants that doesn't want her. And so she's going to do whatever she can to change that. I've got way too much relationship advice for a person who can't even hold a relationship. That's why that movie Hitch came out with Will Smith. I was like, man, I should do that. I should be that. I should just be a guy who goes around and gives other people relationship advice because I've done this before. I've had friends of mine who come to me with problems and I tell them how it is and what they need to do. And they go out and they do it and they come back and they're like, dude, you gave me the best advice. And then I get into a relationship and I can never pull my own advice. I'm always like not good at my own relationships, but I'm good at helping other people with theirs, which is weird in my head to think about, that I can give somebody else good comments and advice, but yet I can't take my own advice into my own life, if that makes sense. And, and obviously I wouldn't use profanity either when you're talking about her, in the off chance that, I wouldn't say that he likes her, but in the off chance he likes her in the sense of like, not like feelings of like love, like he just likes her enough where he's like, I have no problem letting our kids stay with you, kind of thing. I'd be honest with him. I'd just tell him what she's doing, what she's saying. The only thing I will say, and I'm not trying to put no doubts into your brain, but I will say, if you bring it up to him and he says something to you in the sense of like, oh, well, don't worry about it, just let it go, I would then maybe be a little bit like, because that probably means that if he's afraid to say something, that he still has feelings for her. I'm going to say that's probably like a 2% chance that that's going to happen. But I still figured I should probably throw that out there, because if he seems to act like, I don't really want to say anything, it means he doesn't want to hurt her feelings because he actually cares about her more than he's acting like he does. But like I said, chances of that really slim. If he's anything like me, like you said, we are pretty similar. I'm sure 100% you bring it up to him, he'll go back to her and just be like, leave her the fuck alone, and it will all be said and done, and you'll live happily ever after. You'll live happily ever after. Just like the Princess's Diary. Or no, what's the Prince's Diary? I forget the name of that movie now. Damn. Really old movie. I would say old. It's probably from the 80s. It's got that big old giant dude in it, Andre the Giant's in it. God, is this a Princess Diary? I don't think it's the Diary. Maybe it is. I don't know. It's a good movie. If you guys know what movie I'm talking about, and you could leave it in the chat, I'd much appreciate it, because I can't think of what. I think it's the Princess Diary, but every time I say that, it makes me think I'm thinking of like some other movie, and I'm like, is that or is it not? No, it's The Princess Bride. The Princess Bride. There it is. The goddess. Yeah, Holly knew what I was talking about. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, it's like I said, I was like, Princess Diary. I know what that movie is now, and every time I said it, it kept clicking that movie in my head, and I'm like, that's not the movie I'm thinking of. But Princess Bride, that is a good fucking movie. I love that movie. I forget what that guy's name is, but when he's like, I am blah blah, and you killed my father, and then he fights that guy with 6 fingers on one hand, I think it was, or whatever it was. I don't know. It's a good movie. If you've never seen it, I highly suggest going out and watching. I'm sure Holly knows what it is, or has seen it, because she knew what the name of it was, but it's a really good movie. Older, I mean, you obviously aren't going to have no crazy CGI or nothing like that. I mean, but it's a good, funny ass fucking movie. And it's a love story, and I'm a fucking sap at the heart, so of course I love movies that have love stories in them. You know what time it is? It's time for a cigarette, because I've been talking a lot, and I don't remember the last cigarette I had. Actually, kind of scary. It's already 11:43. I really don't want to stay up super late tonight, so I should probably end this stream at 12 because when I end the stream, it doesn't mean that I'm ending the stream because I'm going to bed. It usually means I'm ending the stream because I'll be up for at least another hour after I get done streaming because I got to wear off all this that I've been doing. It wires my brain into making me wide awake. So I regress after these streams. I lay back, I turn on something on YouTube, and I just watch it and enjoy it. Kind of allow my body to slowly calm down, and then I go lay in bed and stare at my ceiling for like another 3 hours after that, and then 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning I fall asleep, and then 9 o'clock my alarm goes off and I get up. That's been my days for the last 2 weeks now. I've been going to bed about 4 or 5 in the morning and getting up at 9 o'clock. And a lot of people are like, man, how do you do that? And it's like, well, for one, I have insomnia, so I kind of don't choose to be up all night. My body chooses that for me. I would gladly go to bed right now if I could, but I can't. So I do what my body allows me to do, for one. And for two, I've had insomnia since I was 16 years old. When you go the last 15 years of your life going every single day on 4 to 5 hours of sleep, it is very easy to function on 4 or 5 hours of sleep. To the point when I sleep like 7 or 8 hours, that's that I'm sleeping too much, and then I'm tired all day because I sleep too much, if you get what I mean. So like, it's weird. My body has adapted to 4 or 5 hours of sleep. And that's not even to say like I can sleep for 2 hours in the night and get up and have a complete full normal day and be wide awake and no problems. Like, I literally can almost not sleep at night and still run a normal life, just because I'm so used to being able to do it. But I feel it, Martin. It was I think it was like Saturday night. I stayed up late to play video games with my friends. The last friend of mine that was playing with me left at 10 or at 2 in the morning. I stayed up for another 2 hours playing Xbox after that. So 4 in the morning is when I turned my Xbox off. Then I turned my TV on, got sucked into a movie, looked at the clock when the movie ended. It was 6:10 and the sun was about to go up. And I know that if I see the sun outside, no matter what time it is, it can be crack ass of dawn. If the sun's up, I cannot fall asleep. It's just a thing. So I rolled over. I stayed awake. I faced away from my window so I wouldn't be able to see the light outside. I guarantee by the time I finally fell asleep, it was 7 o'clock, and my alarm clock went off at 8:30. So I literally slept for like maybe an hour and a half. And when I woke up, it wasn't like, oh, I'm so tired again. I just snapped awake, and then I was up all night again the next night. It is. Insomnia is a fucking bitch, dude. It sucks. And people don't understand it. And that's fine. I mean, like, most people go to bed at a normal, decent time. Like Rachel, for instance, she goes to bed for work at like 10:30 at night. And she sleeps until she has to get up at 6 in the morning. And it's like, dude, I haven't been tired at 10:30 at night since I was probably 12 or 13. Like, my body doesn't run on the same rules. But I also agreed, Martin, there's definitely been days where I don't sleep. I literally stay up all night, and then the next day just happens. I mean, and it's crazy because, as a human, we got to eat, we got to sleep, we got to drink, or we got to eat, drink, sleep to survive, and obviously like breathing and stuff. But like, those are like the main 3 things that they tell you. You got to sleep, you got to eat, you got to drink. And we can go, like you said, days without sleeping, and it doesn't change us a single bit. It doesn't make me. A lot of people say, "Oh, well, if you had sleep, you'd probably work better." And it's like, no. Ooh, bless you. Bless me again. It's like, no. I mean, I'll work just as hard and just as long on a day where I was up all night as if I slept for 8 hours. I mean, my body doesn't act any different for me not sleeping. I mean, I'm gonna be tired, like mentally. I'll think about the fact that I haven't physically slept, but I mean, it doesn't affect me physically not to sleep. Um, I also really want these the warmer days to show up because I want to start working out, and I every year now, I'm say for the last 5 years, I've been saying I'm gonna start working out, and then like most people, you go an entire summer and go, oh man, I never worked out all year, and then next summer came up and I worked out 4 times the entire summer, and it was like, oh, I did a little bit. And the next year came around, and it was like I worked out 8 times, and it was like, I did a little bit more. Like I just slowly kept getting a little bit more and a little bit more. And then last year, I worked out maybe a month total of the entire summer, where I spent a month's worth of time actually like running or lifting and stuff like that. Which, I mean, let's not toot my own horn because I don't have any muscle, but you can see I've got a little bit of a lump right here for the arm muscle that I actually gained last year. This was never here before. My arms are very unproportionate. And I was just talking about this to my mom, and this is one of the reasons why I want to work out. I'm right handed, so you can see how my arm literally goes straight across here. There's no, I mean, yes, there's a little bit of muscle here, but there's no muscle here. It's just, I have no muscle in my left hand arm. And then you bring up the right one, and you can definitely see the difference of it actually bulges. And it's because I actually like worked out enough last year where I got this muscles to actually like become something. And I was like, wow, it looks so cool to be able to go in the mirror and flex and actually see muscle. So I was like, it'd be cool if this summer I actually worked out and actually build up some muscles. And it's been really wanting this warm weather to come around so I can start working out, because I really want to start doing like one of those like before and after, like, hey, look at me. This is how skinny and scary I look with no muscle. And then at the end of the summer, I can be like, guys, look at this. And I can like rip, and I'll have like a 6-pack and like massive arms and stuff like that. That'd be dope as fuck. Um, Even though they're illegal, I would totally take steroids because my body is so hard at gaining muscle that it would be so much easier to just take steroids, build up a natural bulk, and then actually work out to make that bulk actually be real muscle. That would be my best way of going about it, because if I just start working out but I don't change my diet of like how I eat now, I won't gain any weight, and all I'll do is I'll turn what little fat I have on this tiny skinny body of mine into some form of little bit of muscle, and then I'll still be skinny as fuck, but I'll have a little bit of muscle, and that's not what I want. I actually want like muscle mass and tone, and you have to have that to or you have to make that to have it. And it doesn't matter how much I eat. Last summer, I spent the entire summer drinking protein shakes because everybody told me if I drank like 5 protein shakes a day that I would gain a fuck ton of mass, and I gained zero. I weigh the exact same as I weighed last year, and I was drinking 5 protein shakes a day, and they're expensive. When you start drinking that many of them, you pretty much, or even if you buy the big jug thing that you can just mix up. I mean, it was realistically, I was spending like $6 a day on protein shakes that weren't doing anything for me. My metabolism is too high. So my body burns off everything I throw into it. And the only way I would be able to actually gain any muscle is if I used fucking steroids. And obviously, steroids are bad for you. And they're also kind of illegal, I guess. I don't really know how that all works because I had a friend of mine who used steroids in high school. We left the summer. He was a tiny, tiny kid. He got picked on all the time. The next year he showed up and he was ripped. He had more muscle than I even knew that a kid in high school could have. And it took about half a year of everybody being up his ass for him to finally admit to us that he used steroids over the summer. And then it made complete sense that it was just all show. He really didn't have much muscle, and it was just all bulk. But that's what I need. I need bulk to show up so I can convert bulk into muscle. So if you guys or anybody else out there knows of any way besides doing 5 protein shakes a day to actually gain mass, please, please, please let me know. Like, you can see my ribs. My chest is that skinny. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that bothers me a lot because, you know, you got these guys out there that take their summer pictures and they're like, look at me, and their chest is all like a chest. And then I take my shirt off and post it online. And the whole time I'm thinking about is, yeah, I wonder how many girls are like, oh, you can see that kid's ribs. It's like, he's disturbing to me. I'm sure it's disturbing to everybody else. I'm sure no girl looks at that like, damn, that's sexy. You could see his ribs. Like, that's not how it's supposed to be. I need to have muscles there. But I don't know how to get the mass to show up to even build the muscle. If that's the truth, like that motherfucker could walk up and down stairs on his hands, that is fucking crazy. Like, kind of scary crazy. Awesome, but wow. So I could never do that, like, ever. I don't even think even with muscles I could do that. Yeah, and see, that's the problem, Holly, is like those boost drinks and stuff. That's where I started with before I started buying like the big jugs of powder that you mix up. They all didn't do anything for me. But I've also been a pothead for, well, I mean, I'm not, I call myself a pothead because even though I haven't smoked in almost a year, I still smoked for like 15 years. So I still consider myself a pothead, even though I don't partake in the activity anymore. But I've been a pothead for 15 years of my life, and it's never helped me gain weight. It's just gets me high. That's all it does. You know, like, yeah, sure, I get really high and then I eat a bunch of food, but my metabolism is so fast. Having a thyroid problem, if you have a bad thyroid in your neck, it's what makes your metabolism like go high up and stuff. But even at that, I know friends of mine that have those problems and they take medication for it. It doesn't make them gain weight. So it's like, I literally just need a way to bulk. I just need bulk. And it doesn't even need to be fat. It could be water weight because you can still convert water weight into muscle. I need some way of blowing up my body and then allowing me to work out to make it what I want. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, you can go to GNC, which is obviously like the workout like place you go for supplements and stuff. You go in there and you simply tell people, you're like, look, I need to bulk up, and they'll just throw you at protein. And it's like, protein don't do shit. And they're like, oh, well, you can take this supplement or you can take this supplement. And it's like, I don't want to spend 3 months, buying $400 worth of supplements to just be like, oh, it didn't work. Like, I want somebody to come and just be like, this works, 100% works. You do this, you will get fat, because if I can get fat, I can turn that into muscle and I will look normal and not be some skinny, lanky kid with no muscle and with my bones showing through me. But yeah, guys, actually, I know that we were kind of like deep into the conversation of gaining weight there, but the cigarette's now done. And like I said, I really need to go, so I'm not up all night. So I am unfortunately going to end the stream here. So I hope that you guys enjoyed tonight's Matt Freeman podcast. I should really just start calling it that and not even calling it a stream, because like I said, if people have been telling me that they don't even sometimes watch the video and they just listen to my videos, that literally just means that I'm pretty much a podcast at this point, which is nothing wrong. I'm not trying to make it sound like I'm complaining, like, oh, I'm a podcast. No, I mean, it's the same fucking thing. I'm just sitting here talking. That's what a podcast is just people talking. So, I mean, realistically, I feel like we should just name it the Matt Freeman Podcast. Hello, guys. Today on the Matt Freeman Podcast, we're going to talk about whatever we want to, because that's what we do every fucking day. Yes, Holly, I will be live streaming every single night, Monday through Saturday. Sunday's the only day we're not going to live stream, and that's solely on my end, so I can have one day to not be jibber-jabbering every. So I hope that I can see all of you guys there. Holly, please, please be safe. Stay unsick. Be healthy. I mean, obviously, I know that's the chemo, and you can't really help that. But if the next time that you're super sick from it, just remember that even though I don't know, that I'm still thinking about you. I do think about you guys during the day. I want you to stay safe. I don't want to find out that some unfortunate thing happened to you, because I would be really upset about that. But you best believe I would have a fucking Matt Freeman podcast special about you if anything did happen, because you were that special to my heart. All right, my friends. I love you guys. Have a good evening. Have a good day tomorrow, since I won't see you until tomorrow night. Try to enjoy the warmth that we're going to have in Ohio tomorrow, even though it's going to be raining all day. And until tomorrow, my friends, I will figure out a way to end these on more of a until next time, and then say something fancy, but I still really know what to say to end these things ever, so I literally just ramble until I say bye, and then I end it.